Here.
Oh.
China refuses to give specifics on reason for Australian journalist Chang Li's detention. This is her, Chang Li, she's an Australian journalist. A spokesperson for Chinese Foreign Ministry say that they could not disclose specifics for the case, and it would be handled according to the law. The Chinese Foreign Minister has declined to explain why prominent Australian television anchor has been detained in an undisclosed location for over 2 weeks without charge. Che Ling, a prominent journalist in China, hosted a business program for China's government-run English language broadcaster CGTN for the past 8 years. Foreign Minister Marise Payne on Monday said Australian government was informed of Ms. Chang's detention on the 14th of August and were permitted a virtual consular visit. Consular visit with the 45-year-old on August 27th. Man, this is scary. In the Chinese government's first comment on the arrest, Foreign Minister's spokesperson Hua Chunying said that the case would be handled according to law and I can't give you any specifics. What does this mean? This is kind of the thing that I don't understand it. I was watching someone suggested to us yesterday about a channel of someone who covers China very well. And I watched the video. I can't for the life of me remember the name of this, but do I have it right here? No, I don't. But I was watching it. It was a really long video about living in China for 10 years and how living in China has changed my mind about China. And originally, the first half of the video was like, man, China is amazing. China compared to America, they feel is really new and fresh. But it's an interesting twist on how it went from a beautiful place to suddenly now there's all this anti-America rhetoric that they're talking about. It's the Western's influence. The media is talking about how it's the Western's fault. Everything's their fault. We got to blame them. And he's an American living in China. So he started to feel this from everybody. He started being ridiculed. They banned motorcycles. I didn't know this was a thing. So he opened a motorcycle shop with a buddy of his. So it's just it goes into this further and further into this authoritarian world nightmare that he was living in. And he's like, man, it is getting a scary place to be. So now, now they're taking, it's an Australian citizen and, in China that they're now holding hostage. They're not explaining why.
What did they arrest her for?
They're not saying why.
She was just giving a talk, and they went and arrested her.
Yeah, I guess they're not saying why that they're arresting her. So this is kind of crazy. But then you think about what Australia is. We're hearing things from Australia that they're locking down. They're being authoritarian. There was a cop that, this was kind of a viral video of a cop that was choking a girl. Do you see this video?
No.
So this cop was straight up picking this girl up by her neck and carrying her along and arresting her. And that part went viral. Now I did some digging, and actually this woman attacked the police officer when he was like, hey, you got to wear a mask. You're not wearing a mask. She straight up started punching him. So I don't agree that he was choking her. It wasn't like he was taking her breath away, but holding her around her neck. So the optics were terrible. But she was attacking him. So it was a weird dynamic where they clipped it out. But even still, she wasn't wearing a mask. She wasn't by anybody. She was outside. I think it's ridiculous that they're having these crazy mandates. But then we got this story that just came out. This is insane. A woman was arrested for a Facebook post promoting anti-lockdown protests in Australia. So she was just promoting a protest. So here, I'll just read it. The 28-year-old woman was arrested on Wednesday for publishing a Facebook post that promotes an anti-lockdown protest in the country's state of Victoria. Footage of the arrest was captured by her partner and shows police officers handcuffing the woman, saying she has been charged with incitement. The woman's phone and computers were also seized. So this is her being arrested.
That could be your neighbor.
I know.
That's crazy.
Exactly. It was live stream. It's gone viral. Over 2 million people have watched it. And it's in the relation to a Facebook post, which I actually couldn't find. I was looking for it. There's a link here, but it didn't work. I didn't find the actual post. I would have brought it up for it. But she's saying, I wasn't breaking any laws by doing that. And the cop responded with, you are breaking the law. That's why I'm arresting you. I'm wondering what law she broke by wanting to protest.
Dude, the United...
I don't understand.
We are in a unique position, man, where we're allowed to protest the law.
I think you said it best yesterday. We, as like America, what America is, it involves the entire world.
Yeah.
Everyone's in on this social experiment.
Dude, overthrow your government and take control of your government.
Whoa. No.
Don't.
I'm sorry,
talking to the
Ian,
British.
No, you can't
You're
say
right.
that.
You're right. I'm just so passionate about
I don't care, dude.
monarchy.
You can't say that. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're
Don't
right.
Don't overthrow anything. Look, I get it. I get your frustration. I know what you're trying to say.
A monarchy,
I
man.
know, but I don't want to get in trouble. Okay.
And you shouldn't. I'm the one that said it. You're right.
It doesn't matter. You're on my show, so
you're right.
Look. I get it. Ian.
How can you allow...
Dude, trust me. I get it. I understand your frustration. But we have to... When you go to the extreme, you lose. On either side.
But it's like...
Look at what Antifa's doing.
What we do...
They are literally trying to overthrow our government right now.
Change your government. It's what we do is constantly overthrow our government by changing the laws. That's what it's built to be able to be overthrown peacefully.
Yes.
And that's it. I think every government should have that built into itself.
Right. I know that is it's a beautiful sentiment, and that's why America is so amazing. That's why this place is incredible, because 250 years ago, almost 250 years ago, they wrote that into the Constitution that's what we can do. We can peacefully protest. That was number one. First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of peaceful protesting. So she didn't break any laws according to our laws. Now, I don't know about Australian laws. I'm not sure. So I don't know. Like we talked about earlier, are they a monarchy? I don't know. Like, is it just a Commonwealth?
It's part of the Commonwealth, so
of Britain.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? I don't know exactly. So I don't know. I'm still learning my own laws in this country that I live in. That I'm American, and I feel like I'm still a newbie as far as the laws that we've got. But if you have issues with it, you can't just scream at them and burn it down. Because we're seeing that right now. Antifa is literally trying to burn down our country. And we have peaceful protesting, and the Democrats are actually letting them do it. So it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well for them. There's way too many Americans that love America. Trump is absolutely going to win, and we're going to end this violence. It's crazy that it's gone to violence. And their message is being lost. Martin Luther King was an advocate of non-violent protesting. As soon as you get violent, you lose your message in the violence, and that's all things people focus on. So we have to maintain peace. As soon as you go violent, as soon as you rage like that, you've lost the argument. Okay? So this is scary.
Wow, good point.
This is scary. Well, that's Martin Luther King. That wasn't even me. That was I talked about him last Friday. It was the 57th anniversary on March on Washington, which was his I Have a Dream speech, which is an incredible speech. And it feels like all these people protesting have seemed to forgot this amazing man and his message, because they would all be wise to go listen to him and learn from him, because he was a smart guy. And he's absolutely right. As soon as you get violent, boom, your message is just violence. That's it. I don't even care. You're burning down the building. That's all I'm looking at. I'm like, you're burning down this building. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care how angry you are. That building has nothing to do with your message. There's probably a business in there, maybe some homes in there. You're ruining people's lives that had nothing to do with your message. You know what I mean? So, like, how do you even, go after a monarchy? Like, where's the beginning?
I know.
The beginning is, number one, staying peaceful, because as soon as you get violent, they're going to throw you in prison, and they're going to lock away the key. If it's a true monarchy, they don't want you talking about that. And that's what actually Karl Marx, I did a deep dive on him last Saturday, and this guy got canceled over and over again because he was speaking out against the monarchy systems. That's what people don't understand about the Karl Marx stuff. He lived in a different time. There was monarchs. And we're not there anymore. We have a republic here, a democratic republic.
But it's like right next door. They do have a monarchy. It's crazy to me.
Okay, I agree. And that's why America is awesome. That's why this country's amazing. That's why this country mustn't fall, because we are showing what being free is. We have laid the groundwork. In 1776, they wrote down the Declaration of Independence saying this is the way it's going to be now. We, the people, are going to rule ourselves. And that's so important to maintain, because we do have authoritarian worlds out there. Look at the CCP. That's what we're talking about right now. They're holding someone against their will. No, we're not going to tell anybody. We're not going to tell you why. We're gonna let you know that we've got her, and you can't do anything about it. But we'll act accordingly to the law. Whose law?
Right. That's
Whose
what
law,
this Australian cop arrests this girl, and he's like, you are breaking the law. Where's the Miranda rights? What's he telling her? Is he telling her why she's being arrested?
Yep.
Doesn't look like it.
You are breaking the law. That's why I'm arresting you. Oh, usually you follow up with what you're being arrested for, officer. At least that's how it's supposed to be.
I mean, yeah, they'll tell you.
Well, if she's saying, I didn't do anything wrong, like, that's not illegal. And he goes, yes, it is. I'm arresting you. That's why I'm arresting you. Bye.
It's so dangerous.
Throw you in prison.
Man.
Yes, I know. It's absolutely dangerous. So we need to look at this and be like, we have to maintain what we've got going on here. So, I mean, it's crazy.